Does the end justify the means?
Depends what it is, right? Like, definitely gotta clean this mess up, right? But I am using it for something, you know. Um, I got my sandpaper. I got my handle with bristles, metal bristles. There's a watch I found, that I am gonna maybe not take it apart. Maybe use it for the metal. Maybe I'll melt it down, smelt it. Maybe I'll do something else with it. And it's things I took out of my car, things I was working with, or just creating stuff and fixing. So I don't mind the mess, but for the better good, with it to be clean, because I like it clean. Yeah, the means will be justified. Meaning, it'll be a good thing, righteous thing to do eventually. It's on a small, minuscule scale, and I guess it depends. I'm not gonna say that phrase "majority wins." Democracy rules, right? Because there could be a lot of people that just either evil, selfish, greedy, or demented, and well, there's more of them. So what? They win. I mean, the whole democracy rules and majority rules. It's like well, that's just it feels like it's a war, but it's war. It's a war for dumb people, to put it like better phrasing. Because let's say you have 1,001 soldiers and you have 990, or let's say you have 1,000 soldiers. Well, 1,001 soldiers obviously wins. You know, but see, let's say you have 1,000 soldiers. Let's go with 1,000 soldiers, right? You're you're a number by one. I mean, we're gonna go one-on-one combat. Tactics, intelligence. Maybe I need like 200 or 300 soldiers, and I will defeat you. So that kitty wants to come out. Come on, baby girl. Come on. Thanks for knocking or scratching, whatever. What about her? Just what she did right now. She scratched on the on the on the screen door. And eventually, you might get the road trash, and it might sag. It might have holes in it, so I might have to replace it. But yeah, maybe I should design something for her to let me know she wants to come out. But at the end, she would have been stressed if she would have been in there, so I had to open the door for her. That's actually pretty good. I mean, the means about it is, she did scratching, and we had to replace the front door or the side panel because this cat scratched, not just her but another cat. Is it really that serious? But going back to the word-like mentality. Well, all you need to do is use tactics, and you will need a majority rules, a majority wins. I think I went off on a tangent here, but it's like it depends if it's a decent, righteous thing, the end result. Let's say you have a soccer team, your goal is to score a goal. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but if you're a sportsman, and you believe in sportsmanlike conduct, you won't cheat, you won't foul to get the goal. You want to do it, reasonably. I mean, there's probably teams that they violate, they manipulate, and then so what? They they win a championship, or they win a match, they get the trophy, and it's like, do you really enjoy it? I mean, in their part, they probably do, right? But in the bigger scheme of things, even in life, even that soccer game, that football match, isn't just like the purpose to enjoy and just just to get it, just play by the rules, and just to have that experience, and just to enjoy that someone is just better, he's better tactics, even that warlike mentality. I think I had 1,000,000 soldiers versus 100 soldiers. 1,000,000 soldiers defeated them. I mean, all right, but actually, that's not all that great. That knowledge wasn't all that great. But it's about the process through it all. In life too, you know, let you cheat and steal, you know. Someone like myself, I probably wouldn't like it. A lot of times, you know, I'd say like, you know, I could probably get my car fixed, get the oil change, and I'll be happy because it runs. But man, it feels so good to actually just do it myself. That's something else, but it does have something to do with it, you know, because it's a process about learning. And you know, what if I just, you know, manipulate someone to actually do it for free? Or what if I, you know, didn't pay for the oil change, or I took some monies in my other person's account, or I made him feel hurt, and you know, I just wouldn't feel right. You know, my car would drive, but you know, yeah, I'm just not into that. You know, so I mean, yeah, does the end justify the means? I mean, you know, it depends where you're going with it, and I think it does. You know, but there's also degrees to that stuff, right? My cat needed to come out, and she did scratch the screen door a little bit. Yeah, it's not the best thing, you know. Maybe I could figure out a better way for her to let me know she wants to come out. You know, I mean that's simple. So, I mean, even if you look at a scheme of like actual, without an analogy, you know, without any metaphors, and without any little catchphrases, this and that. How about war in general? You know, what's going on with Russia right now? Russia and Ukraine. You know, what is the purpose of that? Did NATO have something to do with it? You know, NATO with their, you know, with their allegiance and stuff. And it's not just Europe. Like United States is in you know, NATO and stuff like that. I mean, obviously they have power, but yeah, what is the purpose of that? Right? And what kind of means are they going about to get the end result? What's going to be the outcome? You know, even if the end result is reached, I don't think, you know, it's just, I don't think it matters. I don't think it's, you know, anything decent. You know, and people are talking about World War III, this and that. Like, geez, the fact that, you know, you people are talking about it is just disgusting. But you know, there's a lot of people that just don't even care about that either. You know, a lot of people that even, you know, in February when it started, maybe they just like, oh wow, that's crazy. They just didn't care about it either. You know, but yeah, that's what will be the end result of that. Russia has nuclear weapons, a lot of nuclear weapons. Korea, I think they're just, you know. What about that? The end result he'll get to where he goes to, right? He'll deliver, he gets paycheck, this and that. And, you know, someone will get delivered, he'll get distributed, but pollution, noise, and disturbance of peace. You know? It's just like, you know, North Korea were just, you know, firing a missile in South Korean waters. Like already, either they're just, you know, intimidating, or they're testing it, or maybe just intimidating, saying, you know, we could do that if you want to. And it's like, you know, everybody's just looking for war, either territory, money, or just, you know, all of that. You know, and the end result is what? I mean, let's say if Mussolini, Hitler, you know, and oh Jesus. Mussolini, Hitler, Jesus, was a Stalin, right? Yeah. Yellen was later, but let's say they took over or something. They just took over the world. Would it be better or worse? You know, what's the point of even doing that? What happened before, and why? You know, I mean, I don't know. I lost my. I just said I wouldn't, you know, go on a tangent on metaphor analogies, and I'm doing it again. Crazy part is, World War II was disastrous. You know, I already talked about it. Imagine World War I, and like 2 or so decades later, World War II happens. I mean, it wasn't our newest, so except Pearl Harbor, except that like a little attack or something in California. Oh, and there's also the Bay of Pigs, right? the missile crisis in Cuba. I mean, people are just terrorizing this place too. 9/11, right? Pandemic, school shootings, and all of that. So it does happen on your soil too. There, you just probably you don't see it that way because you don't have an open mind. You just have no you have no you have no care, no reasonability. But I mean, what is the end result of that? When you go through it, and there's mass shootings everywhere. There's pollution everywhere. Like people are just angry at you for no reason. They manipulate you. They just want to steal from you. It's like they want to degrade you, and you just want to go go food shopping. Just take care of your life. Like, why are you putting me through that? Do your job. I did my job. I never mess with people like that. What is your problem? What is the end result when you have those means about yourselves? Whatever the end result, will be, especially in this country, the means will be justified by a lot of people like her or him. Yeah, you brought this upon yourselves. So, like, I have relatives, and I know for a fact, like, there's just not too many prisons to like throw them in there, incarcerate them for years of life. You give it a couple years, who knows what they're gonna come out and they're gonna do it again to people. You know. I mean, the fact that it's like trying to press charges to somebody for violating, stealing from you, degrade you, almost attempting murder on you, harassing you, and just and your little judicial system, and your execution is pointless or harmless because you're evil, creepy, and demented, like those people that were doing that. So what do I care about the end result? I hope it's very awful for you people. I really did, because you know what? The way how you went around your life and how you treated people like me, not just me, but a lot of people, and you took lives, sometimes for a simple, petty thing like just having a thought, an idea, you deserve a lot worse than World War III. I'm not the one pulling buttons. I'm not able to do it. You're already doing it to yourself. Yeah, I mean, I guess whatever the end result will be, especially in this country, it will be justified, I think. Anyway, I am gonna make a video about Death Shell 2, or Raven J, like he calls himself, after the, surgery, and I don't know if I'm gonna talk about his little opinions of transphobia. Like I have a phobia about your transvestitism. Actually, I gave those people. I have an open mind to those people. There's another one. I had an open mind to that individual level. I realized what they're really about when you're like, you want to have a sex change, and there's pedophiles walking in the world, and a lot of people that I met who were stalkerish were just a bunch of homosexuals. I don't know. I mean, I know there's degrees and levels to this stuff, but I just think, Death Shell 2 or Raven J, transvestite, is a sexual deviant. And anybody supports or promotes that is just creating a horror and a horror show. Would I be creeped out or fear if like Death Shell 2 was around my child? Oh, you better fucking believe it. I wouldn't want that queer and the manipulative person and a thief that he is around any of my children. I wouldn't even want him to be in my backyard looking at my cat. That fucking creep, And it's this whole, not just neoliberalism, it's just a form of supporting degeneracy, And there's that phrase. Last night I heard it. Don't be on the wrong side of history. Go fuck yourself. Look at history, what's going around. Fuck you. And fuck the Young Turks for that too, And the problem is I entertain that idea because you want to be open to people's rights, but it's like, like if you need a surgery to, because you want to have breasts, and then you go around making babies. I mean, what are you, like a fucking Martian? This is planet Earth. Take that shit in outer space or something. And Dev is, he's obsessed with it. NASA and going out of space. He wants to be one of the first. I guess he'll be the first trainee on Mars. Presuming you guys will have a different sex system, you just be all mixed with one another, right? And you always like little dress pants. Cause you sure as hell you don't respect masculinity when you're a male, and a lot of you don't respect femininity when you're a female, and vice versa. Half of you, or not all of you, don't even know what that even is. And if you're not into that, it probably creeps you out. Then what are you doing here? Why don't you go to Dev Shells too, room, house, or whatever, and just leave this planet? I mean, it's does it sex surgery, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm pretty sure he's happy, but I hear like other people see him around, where he lives. It's like them and him being a gay dude and this and that. He always tries to be macho. He's just well poised, like he cares about something which he doesn't. And then he's a female, and like I think I saw him like try to get like a 16, 17-year-old girl's number, bro. Like, you're disgusting, Dev. The rest of you, Steve Shives that support that, and that little fat dude with glasses that he might have had a comic book store. Like, guys are a bunch of creeps. And you openly admit you call women bitches and you degrade females. I mean, you have no respect whatsoever. So, the end result definitely justify the means, Just the means aren't all that great, but you do deserve them.